numbers 1, 2, and 3. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 3, 2. There's 2, 1, 3. There's 2, 3, 1. There's 3, 1, 2. There's 3, 2, 1. How many ways are there to order the numbers 1, 2, 3? 6. And by formula, it's 3 factorial, or 3 times 2 times 1, it's 6. Okay, now I got 4 novels on a bookshelf. How many different ways are there to order these 4 books? A, B, C, and D. Book number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So that is 4 factorial, which is 24. What's the probability that they're in order? Alphabetical order. Okay. Another way of counting. Permutations. So with permutations, I want to arrange in things like let's arrange the letters A, B, C, D, and E. But I want to make arrangements of sets of size R. I want to arrange them in sets of size 2. So I'm talking about AB or BC or BA or CD or EC. How many different arrangements of sets of 2? Well, that is a permutation. And we can abbreviate that in 2 ways. We could call this 5 permutations, because I got 5 letters in sets of 2. We call that, and it's abbreviated NPR in your calculator. By formula, that is 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 2 factorial. 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. 1's cancels, 2's cancels, 3's cancels, and it ends up being 5 times 4, which is 20 ways. Raise that a little bit. It's what it ends up being. It's a factorial that stops. So instead of being 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, as it would have been to arrange all 5 letters, we stop because we just want to do 2 letters. We do 5 times 4. We just do 2, the first 2 numbers in my factorial. So that little division there helps me stop. In your calculator, to get 5p2, you hit 5, you hit the math key, you go over to probability, and what number is NPR? 2. And then you hit the 2. And then you'll hit enter, and it should give you 20. Yes? Mm-hmm. Can I just put it in the formula in the calculator? Can I just do the 5p4 in the calculator instead of doing the 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 3 times 2 times 1? Is that what you're asking me? Yes. Oh. Okay, all right. Um, permutations are used when ordering of the objects is assumed. We say order is important. So let's see why order might be important in some cases and not in others. So let's, I'm going to do 3 letter tiles from the 5 tiles A, B, C, D, and E. So how many different sequences of 3 letters can I make? It could be ABC, it could be ABD, it could be BEC, it could be BED. How many different sequences are there? It's 5 permutations of 3, or 5 pick 3. And what is that in your calculator, or can calculate it by hand? $60? Okay. Now my probability question is, what's the probability that we randomly make a word? Oh, well, in words, the order in which you put the letters down is important. So I have to count all 60 ways of putting down A, B, C, D, and E in sets of 3. So that's why I used a permutation. Now, which one of these are words? What words can you make from A, B, C, D, E? With 3 letters. Bed. What was that? Ape. Ace. Ace. Dab. Bad. So dab and bad have the same letters, but they mean different things in different orders, so order matters. Any other words? Cab. CAD. Any others? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we going to count Deb? DEA. Bed, bad. Is that all of them? So what's the probability that we get a word? How many outcomes do I want? Or how many wanted outcomes do I have? Out of 60 possible. Okay. Okay. Sometimes order matters. In words, in digits, order matters. That's why we use the permutations. If order doesn't matter, I use what's called a combinations. Yes. And it'll be an NCR. Okay. So if order doesn't matter, if order is not important to me, then I use the combinations formula, NCR. So let's say, on my pizza, I don't care what order they put the toppings on. I am not picky. So let's say I could get pepperoni. I could get onions. I could get bell pepper. I could get olives. Is that the only things you really like on a pizza? Not with pepperoni, only with ham. Mushrooms. Oh, mushrooms. Yeah, I'll go with mushrooms. I won't go with pineapple. It's just not really a. It seems so un-Italian, but I'll put mushrooms on. They're very Italian. All right. So it doesn't matter if I get pepperoni and then onions. It's the same thing to me as onions and then pepperoni. So different orderings are not going to be counted separately.